January, the month when gym owners buy their second homes and green smoothie manufacturers become millionaires. The time when we all collectively decide that this is the year we become the perfect human specimen. Spoiler alert, it probably isn't. I've made approximately 147 New Year's resolutions in my life. I've kept exactly, let me count, 0. None of them. And I'm not alone. Here's the reality. 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February. The other 20%, well, they're lying. Or they've gone into hiding to avoid the temptation of pizza. But here's what I really want to know, and drop this in the comments below. What's the most ridiculous resolution you've ever made? Was it learning to juggle whilst on a unicycle? Starting a YouTube channel about watching paint dry? This week Magnolia, next week Brilliant White? My personal favourite was resolving to learn Mandarin in a month. All I learned was how to order spring rolls. I'm pretty sure I was actually saying, please bicycle my grandmother. The classic resolution is getting fit. The mission to find your abs after misplacing them under mince pies and quality streets. Last January I joined a gym. The induction trainer asked about my fitness goals. I said, I want to look less like a potato. He didn't laugh. I wasn't joking. Did you know most gym memberships see a 50% drop in usage by February? It's almost as if buying new workout clothes doesn't automatically give you the motivation of a CrossFit champion. Shocking, I know. I lasted exactly 3 weeks. Turns out having a 6-year-old who thinks 5 AM is a reasonable time to debate unicorn farming logistics and a 3-year-old ninja who considers sleep optional doesn't align well with 6 AM workout plans. Who knew? Then there's dry January, an entire month without alcohol, right after the season when you've essentially replaced your blood with mulled wine. Here's a fun fact. The tradition of dry January started in about 2013. That's not the fun part. The fun part is that studies show people who do dry January end up drinking more in February. It's like your body keeps a drinks tab. My last attempt at dry January lasted until my neighbour invited me round to see his new garden furniture. On January 2nd, in British culture, refusing to test new garden furniture with a beer is basically treason. Even in freezing January. But here's where it gets interesting. Actual science explains why we're so rubbish at keeping resolutions. When we make dramatic changes, our brain treats it like we're in danger. It's basically saying, mate, you spent 40 years perfecting these bad habits, why are you threatening them? But despite the resolution doom and gloom, the fact is people who make resolutions are 10 times more likely to achieve their goals than people who don't make any. You got to start somewhere, right? The trick isn't to avoid making changes, it's to make them properly. Studies show that trying to change everything at once is about as effective as trying to teach a cat to fetch. Your brain can only handle so much change at once. It's like trying to update all your apps simultaneously. Something's gonna crash. So here's what actually works. And trust me, this isn't just another self-help guru nonsense. This is from someone who's failed so many times, I've accidentally become an expert. Resolution tips. 1. Start small. Instead of, I'm going to get a 6-pack, try, I'm going to do 1 push-up without crying. Then set another small target, maybe 2 push-ups without crying. 2. Make it specific. Eat healthier is too vague. Stop eating entire packets of biscuits in 1 sitting is specific. Still hard, but specific. 3. Make a plan. Meal plan, workout plan, whatever. Something you can follow. 4. Measure your progress. Weigh yourself or record the amount of push-ups you can do. 5. Don't wait for January 1st or Monday or the next time there's a solar eclipse. Your body doesn't know what day it is. If you want to change, start now. Because the real secret to making changes isn't about grand gestures or dramatic transformations. It's about small, manageable tweaks that don't make your brain think you're having a midlife crisis, even though you probably are. Instead of, I'm going to run a marathon, try, I'm going to walk around the block without needing to lie down. Instead of, I'm going to learn 3 languages, try, I'm going to learn how to pronounce the French baked thing. Remember, the goal isn't to become perfect. The goal is to become slightly less imperfect, one small step at a time. And if all else fails, well, there's always next year. Hopefully, my guide to New Year's resolutions has been helpful. If so, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and that's the Mick take. Cheers.